the XP Laner tutorial, but you only need one brain cell. What do you want to pick? If you want to play normally, pick any good XP Laner that is meta right now, like Lapu Lapu and Yu Zhong. If you want to play off-meta late-game heroes, I kinda don't recommend that. If you're in a higher rank, it is just tanky CC XP Laners right now, but if you're in a lower rank, then just pick whatever you want. For a normal gameplay for beginners, I recommend Lapu Lapu or Gato, as they only need half a brain cell to play. If you want to invade, play Benedetta or Khalid since they are fast and cut the first wave, and then rotate to the red or blue buff and help your teammates zone the enemies out and let your jungler get the buff. You can secure the buff yourself though if jungler died. It's not like you must use both of these heroes, but they're a lot more effective for a lane cut gameplay as their roaming speed is fast. If you play normally, try clashing with the enemy Exp Laner. If you're losing, try playing it safe and poke the enemy and try to wait for an opportunity. As you can see here, I'm using Khalid and I am losing against Freya in the lane even if she has way less health than me. But through countless pokings for more items and for her to make a mistake, I win. Patience is key. Don't just go barbaric.
The sands will take you.
Enemy missing.
Beware. The sands will take you.
Remember that the X minion is the most important one, so if you don't get the middle minion, it's fine. Just try to get the middle minion and you're still level 2 and early, or you don't lose much. Remember to always help your team jungler if they are getting invaded. If you're winning, try freezing your own lane near your own turret and zone out the enemy XP Laner. That way the enemy will start losing levels and gold. This technique is very effective since the enemy won't have level 4 in the turtle fight. If you're losing, try doing the same thing. It would make getting your minions a lot easier, though it's a lot harder, because the dominating enemy can just kill the minions. This is why you should master your XP Laner. Now there are two scenarios for the turtle fight if you're using meta XP Laners and if you're not. If you're using meta XP Laners, then always check the bushes and try to zone out any enemies coming. You have crazy damage and sustain in the early game, make that your advantage. Try to target enemy backlines or squishies so that they retreat. Try to crowd control the enemy jungler when the turtle HP is low so your team could get it. Also, don't always go for kills if you're certain your enemy is dead. Star example here, I was certain the other enemy was dead, so I chased after Fredrin so he cannot recall or retreat. One trick I always say is not to take the most obvious path. After clearing the minions, try to hide in a bush enemy would least expect. That way in the turtle fight, it could add a lot of surprise factor, which helps a lot.
Reinforcements.
Another tech I'm going to show you is how to see what buff the enemy has. I think it is pretty basic, but less people use it than expected. Just see what buff the enemy jungler has. If he doesn't have one of the buffs and your team didn't invade, usually they will immediately try to take it. So just try to open the map for an invade or invade yourself if they have no help and you're sure you can win. If you're using unused XP Laners, at least in higher ranks, you can sometimes zone out enemies or you could not. Depends on the hero if you could not, and are using a more late game hero though, you're pretty much a coward. Just try not to die while trying to scare off enemy backlines, or if you're not confident, try to push the Exp Lane turret instead. Sometimes it will get an enemy to guard it, or it will at least get you more gold than most of your team. Note that you might get trash-talked by your team by doing this though, because what the fuck? If you invaded early and it succeeded, try to keep up the pressure and invade the same jungle over and over again. Make sure your teammates are competent enough though. Otherwise, just don't risk it. If this succeeds, it's almost guaranteed win since your jungler is way more advanced than the enemy. Try not to blunder though, as one blunder might make a comeback. Normally in mid-game, just try to rotate and help team fights as your presence is a huge help in this phase of the game. Always clear your lane first, clear it fast or cut the lane and then rotate. Usually less proficient XP laners won't be able to keep up and their team would tend to lose team fights. Well, unless your team sucks ass, of course. You and the roamer are the initiators in the early game. I've seen many people make the mistake of coming in too late in a team fight. Initiate early. You can tank and deal damage unlike the roamer, and you're the one who can make insane plays, be it in the turtle fight or mid-game fights. If you're a frontliner, try to take most of the enemy's CC skills. The enemy is a lot more likely to CC you than the roamer since they view you as a more worth it target. Of course, if you've reached this far, you might be interested in what I'm about to say.
Do you want cheaper diamonds, especially with the amount of events Moonton is putting out right now? Well, worry not. Let me introduce you to Loot Bar. Loot Bar is a top-up site where you can get diamonds for up to a 21% cheaper price, plus another 10% discount if you're a new user. Loot Bar is also very trusted by the Trustpilot website with an almost perfect score. To top up, you only need to enter your user ID and server like what I'm doing, and then the price will appear here with a discount. After you buy it, you will have to wait for 3 to 5 minutes to get what you bought. You can use the link in the description or pinned comment to get another 10% discount. So yeah, top up.
Now we're back to the unused fighter scenario. They usually include late-game D-piece fighters who don't even deal much damage early, so cutting the lane is way too risky a lot of the times. In this case, you're way less useful, therefore more prone to losing. Just try to push and keep the enemy Exp Laner near you so they won't join the team fight. Well, unless there is a team fight near you, then help. For this type of Exp Laners, they usually get ganked more often since they could be free food. Again, this depends on what rank you are on though. Either way, for the best decision-making, you could at least master the hero's micros or skills first before trying to spam them in rank. Late game is where it gets a bit tricky. The enemy deals more damage to you and you seem to be less relevant as a meta XP laner unless you're using certain heroes. Even though you're an early game hero, that doesn't mean you have shitty damage late game. Your damage is still as good as ever, especially with a hero as brain dead as Lapu Lapu. Like, look at this enemy Lapu, like 4 people were damaging him and he still cooked us despite not having that large A-level gap. You're one of the ones who could outright check the bushes as you have huge sustain even if you get ambushed. Make sure your teammates are there to help you though, just in case. If your team is at least decent and is winning, you could be a front line to initiate be it before or after your roamer does. This is the crucial phase where you have to predict your enemy's move. Their cooldowns are lower so they could escape more frequently, and if you get caught by surprise, it could also be a comeback for the enemy. If you're aware, you're the essential backbone of your team. Your plays are one of the key to winning, especially if your roamer cannot make plays. Now, if you're using a late game off-meta XP laner, let me ask you, how many times did you get ganked? Have you got the items you need yet? If you did, then cool, you can carry now. But if you get snowballed, you're pretty much cooked. If their whole team, including you, are getting snowballed, if you do have items though, good luck carrying your team, I guess. If you want some tips, then try to push turrets when enemies aren't looking, try to help if you think you could, and retreat if enemy has Lord. That's about what I can give you since playing these type of heroes are hard because of the meta yet so simple to play. There is a tech for tower divers I think every tower diver should learn. It's been pretty popular, but I see many divers still not know how to do it, which is item swapping. It could be as simple as Immortality and Winter Truchin, or you could use swap it with Rose Gold, Blood Wings, Queen's Wings, and things like that. Pick your choice. Now we go builds. It's one of the most important things as an Exp Laner, possibly even more important than jungle. Let's get right into it. If your enemy has many heals or lifesteal, or the one who is carrying relies on those two things, get Dominance Ice for the healing reduction. If the enemy has high attack speed, get Chastise Pauldron for the attack speed reduction. If you want to carry, get Queen's Wings for the extra heal and damage when you're low. If the enemy has anti-heal and your hero relies on sustain with heal, shield, or lifesteal, get Oracle for the 30% higher healing. If your enemy has much physical skill damage, get Antique Cuirass so you reduce it for your whole team. If your enemy has many magic damage dealer and you plan to tank them, get Radiant Armor for the magic damage reduction. That is simply how to explain it. Well, after coming this far, you would realize that the Exp role isn't that complex at all. Anyways, that's all for this video. Stay safe and thanks for watching. Goodbye.